very excited to be a League of Legends player in Singapore today.
Oh.
Just because, for one, it's the final week of the GPL. We are going to go into the knockout stages very shortly.
I am excited for that, man.
And not only that, the 3.14 patch has hit our servers. Have you played on it yet?
Well, you know, we had a little bit of hands-on before the games.
Yes, we were having a little bit of fun today.
So, I mean, we will talk about that in a short while, but meanwhile, let's introduce the matches that we have for tonight. So, for the very first match, it's going to be the TPA Assassins going up against Team Infinite.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of the clash against the Titans, more like it, because...
Clashed against the Titans, yeah, I saw what you did there.
It's more like Team Infinite doesn't really have a shot of making out through group stages, so I do expect some cheese to come out through Team Infinite. Speaking of cheese, maybe we should not talk about that cheese.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it.
But it's a reference to Team Dark, so if you guys are wondering what I'm trying to reference to, go search about Team Dark in the OGN. Anyway...
What kind of cheese do you think that was? Mozzarella?
That was a lot of Cloud Templar cheese.
Cloud Templar brand cheese there.
Cloud Templar brand cheese. Anyway, it's going to be the TPA up against Infinite. So, like I said, I do expect a lot of cheese coming out from Infinite. They have yet to pick up a game, and I hope that they do pick up a game after this, because that's going to kind of wreck the standings in Group A.
Precisely. And for TPA Assassins at this point of time, they are one game behind HQ Esports Club, and they will definitely look to pick up the win here tonight over Team Infinite to regain, or at least, you know, be in the tie position with HQ Esports Club once more, you know, so that they can try to regain the first place standing in Group A. Yeah,
and if you guys are wondering why the standings actually matter so much, it's because of the new format in the GPL.
Precisely.
What happens is that the top 4 teams from each groups are going to make it to the knockout stages, and the top seeds are going to matter, because the top seed from Group A will face the 4th seed in Group B, and so on and so forth. Yep. So having that top seed will, well, kind of generally give you an easier opponent, I would say, but still, I don't think any match is going to be easy in the GPL. We saw a week, and when I say a week of upsets, I really mean a week of upsets last week.
That's right.
We saw TPA drop a game. We saw HK drop a game. We saw TPS drop a... was it TPA? AHQ drop a game, exactly. And even in the TLC, we saw KLH drop a game on the live stream, and SGS drop a game in the offline matches as well. So it has been an entire week of upsets. So will we get it this week as well, Chris?
I have no idea, but I do hope it happens, because this just goes to show how close these teams are in terms of their standards, and you know how they have polished up their own skill standings in the current tournament so far. And I'm just excited to see how, you know, this clash against the Titans will end up for tonight's matchup for TPA Assassins going up against Team Infinite.
Yeah, exactly. So the players are in the lobby, but they have yet to go in. So let's talk a little bit more about the teams, shall we?
Sure.
I mean, the TPA Assassins have gone 6-2 in Group A so far. This is going to be their 9th game of the GPL, and Morning so far has the highest KDA at 11.1 in the GPL.
That is very impressive. Once you get a double-digit KDA, I would say, you know, you're in a rather comfortable position when it comes to that statistic.
He went 7-0-4 on his Orianna, so that's kind of averaging out his KDA. Not the most impressive amount of kills, but still 11.1 KDA is pretty high as well.
That's right, and I like the fact that, you know, you mentioned about that Orianna pick, because I don't know, they just have this destiny bond, I would say, between...
Destiny bond,
Yeah, destiny bond between...
Not Twisted Fate, huh?
Yeah, just no, not really. So this bond between Orianna and TPA Assassins, you know, I always bring it back to Season 2, because TPA Assassins were really the first team of people to bring out that Orianna pick, to bring it into full effect as well. And ever since then, the popularity of the champion just exploded out of proportion.
Yeah, I agree. And speaking about the Orianna pick, it seems that Morning has decided to go with the Orianna pick 3 out of the 4 previous games. So we can expect either a ban or an Orianna pick coming out from the Azubu TPA Assassins.
That's right. And speaking about picks as well, I just want to mention, you know, for the viewers out there, we know that the 3.14 patch is in effect for the servers at this moment of time. But for tonight's purpose, for the tournament purposes, we are not going to be playing on... I would like to quote our good friend over at NACL Rapid. He calls it the Pi patch, the 3.14 patch.
Yeah, do not explain the joke, because it's not funny anymore. So no Pi patch tonight. But we will be on the Pi -1 patch, so...
Pi minus 0.01.
Okay, fine. Correct my math.
Yeah.
You mathematician. So
I have the hat on me. That just gives me so much more wisdom.
I tip my hat off to you.
So there we go. We are into the pick and ban phase. It will be Taipei Assassins on the blue team and Team Infinite on the other end.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems the bans are coming out pretty quickly. Kale and Lucian being banned out. Kale, a very interesting ban because Team Infinite has never picked up Kale according to my stat sheet here.
That's right.
Team Infinite has played 7 different mid lane champions in 8 games.
Well, I guess, they just like their variety.
Either that or they haven't really found a comfortable mid laner, but still, the Kale ban coming out. Having that intervention out of the game is really going to be a very, something that you don't have to consider anymore because we've seen SGS Cryonics, for example, use that intervention to, its greatest potential, I would say. So Lucian, Elise, and Gragas, something that is not so, I would say, unconventional coming in. Gragas, a very strong mid laner coming in. Lucian, also a very strong AD carry.
That's right. I'm looking at the bans coming in from Taipei Assassins. Very heavy on the bans on the mid lane champions. It just goes to show they want Morning to have a very comfortable laning phase. And I think it fits the team's playstyle as well because what they like to do is generally get Morning fed. Get him ready and snowball and, ready to go by the mid-game stage. And that's where, he will start to open up opportunities for Taipei Assassins to go in. And that has, given them a lot of success as what we have seen. So, I mean, it's a very typical strategy coming in from the Assassins, so I would like to see that happen once again.
Yeah, so we do have the Oriental ban coming out. We have no top lane champions being banned out, and hence the Zubu Taipei Assassins decide to pick up Nidalee. May not have been one of the trinity of the top lane champions, but Nidalee has seen a lot of play coming into the game. 75% pick ban ratio and a 76% win rate coming into the GPL.
That's right, and it's our very good friend Fish, was a hated champion as well. And the thing about Taipei Assassins is that they have played Nidalee on so many occasions and in so many lanes as well. We can possibly see Archie have that Nidalee up in the top lane or even Morning play that in the mid lane. And surprisingly, we have seen BB play that in the bottom lane as well. So this pick could potentially go anywhere. I like this pick.
Yeah, I do expect the Nidalee to be given to Aki or Archie in the top lane. We should see a Ziggs pickup coming from the Azubu Taipei Assassins, seeing the popularity of Ziggs actually skyrocketing. The buffs in the 3.13 patch really allowed Ziggs to kind of, I would say, explode into the meta.
Right, just dropping the bomb on the opposition side.
Yeah, I must say, dropping the bomb.
Yeah, and it's so much fire bombs as well. It's almost like the opposition team will catch some fire there. I don't think you get it, right? Well, may the odds be ever in your favor.
Yes, I know. Don't like it, no. Anyway, with the Shen as well, and with the Shen lock-in, it's almost certain that Nidalee will either go into the mid lane or the bot lane. I would love to see BB actually pick it up once again, play the AP Nidalee into the Fiddlesticks. That was actually the exact combo they used. It was Shen, Dr. Mundo, Fizz, Nidalee, and Fiddlesticks. So we have Shen, Fiddlesticks, and Nidalee. We always see the Dr. Mundo as well as Fizz come in. Let's just see if they actually run the exact same comp.
Right, the jigsaw puzzle is almost complete, So, I mean, if it works for them, that's the logic for League of Legends. If it's broken, don't change it. It's the, the reverse way, if you think about it.
I see. So anyway, the Fiddlesticks pickup is a very good pickup coming in for the Zubu Taipei Assassins because the support player on Infinite has been known to pick up Fiddlesticks and played a decent game coming in to, the GPL in itself. So their first 2 pickups are actually Jarvan as well as Vayne. So Vayne, another comfortable champion on the side of Team Infinite. Jarvan, not so much because the jungler has been favoring the Vi as well as the Shyvana pickups. Strangely, both are not banned this game, yet they do not pick it up.
That's right. I'm looking at what Posh Cup is hovering over, and in fact, that would be the choice for Team Infinite. He has gone for that Nessus pick, and in that sense, a lot of times, at this point of time, at least for 3.13 patch, most of the teams would rather go for a Renekton pick or even a Shyvana pick. And it just goes to show, I think what Team Infinite here is to kind of practice for the 3.14 patch because I know there has been a lot of complaints about Nessus in the top lane and how, how unmovable he is as a champion.
How unmovable he is, indeed. But I would have to say that they are coming in with a very strong mid-game counter power spike coming in. Vayne, once she gets the Blade of the Ruin King, will definitely deal a lot of damage. And if Nessus can come into the mid-game after, free farming in the top lane for a while, he will also be able to scale pretty well, as well as get some, decent stacks on the siphoning strike coming into the mid game. So I really like the Nasus and Vayne hyper carry scaling into the late game and mid game itself. But let's just see what the final lock-in is for Team Infinite in the mid lane. But as we speak, TPA has decided to get. This is very interesting.
I think it's going to be Nidalee in the bottom lane once again, because we have seen BB play that in the bottom lane. I think it was within the first 2 weeks.
Who are you more excited to see play Jace, BB or Morning?
Well, I would say, I haven't seen AD carry Jace for a while now, and I am quite excited to see that happen, because I think the last time we saw it was coming in from Singapore Sentinels, if I'm not wrong, where he played an AD carry Jace down in the bottom lane. And the thing about it is, for early game, you have tons of harassment, and you have the option to dive all in as well to kind of supplement your jungler's gank. So, in a sense, it's a very complete champion, but in a sense, you don't really have the capabilities to really hard carry as hard as most of the marksman champions out there, probably like a Vayne or even like a Caitlyn. But the thing you do have is, that kid like I was talking about earlier, you have the option to choose between, harassing your opponent down, or you can choose to go all in against your opposition when your jungler comes into the lane.
Yeah, definitely. And Nidalee as well as Jace pick up. So we will see Morning. Wait a minute. Whoa.
Oh, whoa.
They may switch it up last minute, but so far it seems that Nidalee will be played by Morning and Jace will be played by BB. So we do, at this moment, have Jace as the AD carry. And on the side of Infinite, we actually have Sona, Vayne in the bottom lane. Nasus will definitely be going in the top lane. Jarvan in the jungle and Lissandra in the mid lane. What do you think about the Lissandra pickup coming in?
Well, personally, I think Lissandra has a very decent kit in terms of moving in and out of team fights, and in terms of controlling the pace of the fight as well, just because you have the eye shot and you have the frozen tomb as well. Very important ultimate for most cases. But in a sense, you really need to know what's the perfect moment to go into the fight, because time and time again we've seen some of the Lissandra players not really juggling that skill rotations also well, and that results in a lot of, in a sense, misunderstanding and miscommunications as well when they want to go in for a fight. So that's the key consideration for them. But for Team Infinite now, I think they have some practice on it, and they will probably have some good plays on it. So I will look forward to what they have to, play in today's matchup.
Yeah, I agree as well. And it seems that I really don't know if Infinite has the ability to deal with this poke composition coming in. They don't really have an innate sustain except from Sona coming in. But the fact is that we do have some sort of a, I don't know, what would you call it, a really late game comp coming in from Infinite.
Precisely. What they want to do is to drag out the game. Make sure that they hit past the 30-minute mark. Make sure that most of their, their carries have some items up before they go in for an active team fight. But the thing about the Type A Assassins now, they have a very strong, like you mentioned, a very strong poke and siege composition, which is very, I would say, popular at this point of time, given the sense that most of the assassins are nerfed, and because of that, we do see the rise of the sieging and poke champions. So, in a sense, the Lissandra pick kind of makes sense now, because
on the side of TPA, we do have two very strong champions that's able to initiate as well. On the side, we actually have Archie Big playing Shen and Dinter playing Vi. So the Assault and Battery combo on top of the Vault Breaker as well as the Shadow Dash coming in, it will be very strong. So here we have Azubo TPA coming in and making the line of scrimmage from Infinite. So it seems that, I don't think any level 1 invades will be coming in.
Ooh. And Posh Cup there taking a spear to the face there by Morning, and like we always mention time and time again in the Garena Premier League, those javelins are just so annoying to deal with.
Yeah, and I can see in the Twitch chat, we are actually having questions about the 3.14 change. So like I said, the GPL will not be played on the 3.14 patch this week at least. So we will be having it played on the 3.13 patch, even though the 3.14 patch is already live on the servers. We are playing in the tournament realm, so let's just see what's happened. So good poke coming in from Morning.
That's right. I think, for the 3.14 patch, It's kind of a big leap, if you ask me, if you want the players to...
I think big leap is a little bit of an understatement.
Yeah, okay, a gigantic Titan-like leap for the players to try to overcome, especially when it only came live for 1 day. So in a sense, we will be going for a more stable patch and a patch where the players are more familiar with the 3.13 patch.
Yeah, we do see an invade. Ren still inside, gets hit by the taunt.
And there we go. The entire team of Type Assassins will collapse onto Rin and Archie with the flash, and Dinter as well following suit. That will be BB picking up the first blood. That was just a misfortunate event.
Yeah, but on one hand, we actually have Infinite getting caught out, first blood going to BB, but we do have Ren burning his ghost away, and Archie, Dinter have both lost their summoner spells. So I don't know whether it's a worthwhile trade, but some say that first blood will be worth it no matter how many spells you burn for it.
That's right, first blood is always worth it, and having that first blood just, you know, boost your team's momentum for the next 3 minutes at least, as we do see Dinter starting with a very aggressive move going to take away the red buff away from Team Infinite. And Morning here playing extremely aggressive and just poking down and chucking down to Good Guy there. Will Good Guy actually go down there? It does not seem like Morning will follow up with that, but a very aggressive play coming in with this Nidalee pick.
Yeah, definitely very aggressive. So in that first blood invade, he actually allowed Oppa on Vayne to actually kind of farm and push the wave in because they saw Archie in the top lane and was not able to rotate down in time. It seems that TPA will be happy to lane swap. Morning will burn the flash just to escape that flag lance combo.
That's right, instantaneous flash coming in from Morning, and that's the weakness I feel for the Nidalee mid lane, is that you don't really have a very good escape tool until you hit level 6 when you have the pounce, when you go into your Cougar form. So you are quite, you know, susceptible to ganks in the early stages of the game. So I think it's going to be up to Posh Cup to apply pressure into the mid lane and control the mid laner for TPA in that sense.
Yeah, BB taking the turret down quite low. We do have another gank attempt coming in from Posh Cup pretty soon. He is hanging around the mid lane. River will meet up with Dinter quite shortly. They do start duking it out. Posh Cup being taken down extremely low.
That's right, so very good answer coming in from Dinter. He knew for a fact that Posh Cup would want to apply pressure in the mid lane, so he was just standing by, just ready to answer to that in that sense. And Archie now taking some damage from the combination of Oppa and iFly here. This look like, you know, they are comfortable with this lane swap, given the fact that they would put Vayne in a very comfortable position to just CS comfortably and, you know, get as much gold as possible in this 2v1 matchup.
Yeah, there will be a dive coming in.
There we go with the dive, and Ririn once again taken out by Jay this time around. So 2 for 0 in terms of kill advantage for Taipei Assassins in this early game stage.
Yeah, the Ignite does pick him up, giving the Azubu Taipei Assassins a 1.3k gold lead at 5 minutes into the game.
That's right, and you know, at least for Team Infinite, they won't be too crippled, but they do have to be careful not to give away too much gold to Taipei Assassins as well. Because Taipei Assassins, you know them for their playstyle. Once they get a good advantage in, they will just bite onto it like a hound and not let it go.
Yeah, I really like the aggression coming in from the Azubu Taipei Assassins. They got the first blood onto Ren, and this really set him back in the laning phase. And as a Nasus, actually we have some action in the mid lane. Morning taken down very low.
That's right. It does look like Morning will go down to Posh Cup there. So very good strategy coming in from Infinite there. They knew for a fact that, you know, they have to control Morning right from the start, and that was what they did. But at the same time now, Oppa and iFly following onto that aggression, but they don't have the turret at this point of time. And there we go with the taunt onto Oppa, that he will take some damage from the turret. But nevertheless, Oppa and iFly just turns right back onto him and smacks him down to about a third of his HP.
Yeah, and like I was saying, taking Ren down so early and putting so much aggression on him, he only has 7 CS in 5-6 minutes into the game, and that's going to be extremely detrimental. Is unable to stack his siphoning strikes, and I think very good play coming in on the side of the Azubu Taipei Assassins. And on the side of Team Infinite, a great gank coming into the mid lane, taking Morning down low very quickly, getting the kill.
Right, it does look like what Assassins want to do at this point of time is to rotate back and go for that 2v2 switch up, as long as, you know, because they have taken out the top lane turret, so we'll just protect this bottom turret as much as they can. But it will just leave Rin for some space up in the top lane, as we do see some good damage coming in with the accelerated shock blast combo as well as the dark winds.
Great bouncers coming in there.
That's right, very good calculation. Will take Oppa down to about half of his HP as well as iFly. So they will decide to back off from the lane.
Yeah, and I really like the early level tier coming in from BB. That gives him a lot of time from now to stack up that tier. Hopefully he will get it, you know, pre-25 minutes, and that's gonna really snowball and give him that power spike advantage for the siege potential coming in from both Morning as well as BB. The amount of poke coming in from both champions is gonna be very strong. So right now TPA will be happy just to take the dragon.
Right, so once they take this dragon, it looks like it's going to be uncontested, and with Smite, Dinter will take it away from the team, so that will bring their goal lead up to a good 2.5k advantage, just about 7 minutes in.
Yeah, and I really like what Renrin is doing in the top lane. He's actually freezing the entire lane up there and has already caught up in CS. Archie is unable to take any sort of CS advantage itself, but while all of that is happening, TPA has just been helping themselves to the jungle of Team Infinite.
Right, helping themselves like a buffet,
like
you call
a buffet.
It? That's right, and I think that's the one big advantage when you freeze a lane, which is you kind of expose yourself to where your position is constantly, and that allows one extra member on the side of your opponent team to just kind of roam around and apply pressure in another lane, which was what we saw. And because of that, Azubu TPA was able to take out the dragon, as well as just take away the blue buff and deny that from Team Infinite once again.
Yeah, Nasus, however, does have his teleport up, so we cannot account for the, cannot discount from the fact that Nasus can appear in a team fight at any time. That's kind of just to counter Archie's Stand United. He does just hit level 6. He will have that Stand United up, so the global presence from the side of the Azubu Type A Assassins will be coming in very shortly.
Right, once again, BB and Jay just playing also aggressive down into this bottom lane. And rightfully so as well. They want to just quickly build up their advantage. And I think, for a poking champion like Jace in that perspective, you would want to just apply all this early game pressure before Vayne hits that threshold of that power spike. And that would spell a lot of trouble for the side of Type A Assassins. But, with that being said, Type A Assassins still having a very comfortable goal lead, 2.7k, 8 minutes in. And that's something that Team Infinite has to answer for.
Yeah, and right now it seems that Archie returning to the top lane, he will continue to just CS with Renrin. Renrin, 2 kills down, has 2 deaths to his name, but managed to kind of catch up in the CS, has that Negatron Cloak as well as the Doran's Blade on top of the Boots of Speed, so he's going to be very happy with those items.
Right, but I don't know, man, what do you think about the Negatron Cloak start for Renrin over here? It's kind of a weird item start for him, wouldn't you say?
I mean, the pokes coming out from Morning as well as the lane, his lane opponent being Archie, that Negatron Cloak can kind of help him in lane as well as kind of negate some of the poke. He should go for the Spirit Visage early to help with his lifesteal as well as regeneration coming in. So I think it's something good. So we do have that fear going down to Oppa, taking him down quite low. So some aggression coming in the top lane right now.
That's right, Dinter will be looking to go on the gang onto Renrin there. Does look like the Void Breaker is charged and the taunt just missing. Whoa. And once again, Renrin just dodging in and out of the way. There we go. The Assault and Battery, and in the meantime, we do see a kill down in the bottom lane as Poshcup gets involved in this one. Does look like Jay will go down in the process. 2 kills will go to the side of Team Infinite there, and Renrin will not escape the clutches of Type A Assassin. So, some kills up in the top lane and some action down in the bottom lane as well.
Yeah, those were some good jukes there coming in, and we will see the replay.
Right, we will see what happens down in the bottom lane.
Yeah, so we actually have BB overextending way too far. The Flag Spear combo does miss, but the flash does come up from BB. The Cataclysm comes in from Poshcup, allowing Poshcup to pick up the kill, and the follow-up kill onto Jay under the turret. So at this point in time, the bot lane turret will go down after the 2 kills on the side of Team Infinite. So Team Infinite doing very well to come back into this game.
Precisely. So they tidy up their turret differences and the kills, the kill deficit as well. So 3-3 in terms of kills and 1-1 in terms of turret. So the only difference that separate these two teams are purely on creep score as well as the dragon that Type A Assassins was able to secure earlier. And it does look like this top lane turret will go down. Renrin will not be able to protect it, and one more turret will go down to the Type A Assassins.
Yeah, this opens up the map a lot for the Azubu Type A Assassins, and this is what they want. Coming in, Morning is now putting some damage on the mid lane turret. If they can take this down, or even if they don't take this down, defending this mid lane outer turret is going to be extremely dangerous because of the fact that both the turrets in the top lane have already gone down. If the rotation comes in from Dinter as well as Archie to the mid lane for a gank under the turret, it's going to be extremely potent and extremely dangerous.
Right, and Dinter in this game has done pretty much a very good job. Every single presence he makes in the lane will result into a kill. At this point of time, 1, 0, and 2, so involved in pretty much every kill that is on TPA Assassins at this point of time as BB takes down the bottom turret. So once again, extending their turret advantage 3-1 in terms of turret and building themselves to a good close to 4,000 goal lead in this game.
This mid lane outer turret is going to be extremely hard to defend at this point of time in the game, so Good Guy needs to be extremely careful, and the fact that the turret has already gone down so low is going to be very dangerous on the side of Infinite.
And all this early game, aggression coming in from TPA Assassins just locks Good Guy down into the mid lane, and because of that he is unable to be the assassin that he wants to be, as we do see, TPA Assassins once again just grouping up into the mid lane, and they will take down the turret once more. So once again, building up that goal advantage, just taking every single thing away from Team Infinite.
Yeah, so no sneaky rotations as I've hoped for, but still very straightforward play coming from the Azubu Taipei Assassins, taking one objective after another. The Dragon will be up in another 20 seconds. I do hope to see Infinite contest for this one.
That's right, and I think they kind of need to do so as well, because they can't just be giving advantages, and iFly will be, a good guy to tank up that spear. And once again, Renrin getting caught out of position. The Assault Battery will go down onto him. It does look like he will not be able to escape for this one.
For the Vault Breaker coming in kind of delays them. So in that time, I believe Infinite has started on the Dragon, and they will take it, but whoa, BB going down extremely low.
That's right, Opa will, it does look like he might escape out of that one, and at the same time, Good Guy and Poshcup will just be continuing work onto Dragon here. Does look like Opa will escape with his health. There's tons of things just going down all across the map, but it will be Team Infinite securing that Dragon for themselves.
Do you know who's picking the map for the Azubu Taipei Assassins right now? It has to be BB. He's like, get that Vayne now.
Get that Vayne! That hate, so much hate for Vayne.
Oh geez.
So this time around, Team Infinite stopping the bleeding just for a little bit, just taking away the global objective away from TPA Assassins. But nevertheless, we are still pretty early into this game, 14 minutes in, and TPA Assassins looking to have, they have the space for total map control now that the 3 outer turrets for Team Infinite has gone down, so they can put deeper wards and try to catch out Team Infinite as much as they can.
Yeah, let's take a look at the vision control coming in from both sides. I see a lot of jungle wards coming in from Team Infinite on their side, and just some objective wards coming in from Azubu Taipei Assassins. They do not want to be caught out in their own jungle. Look at the pink ward coming on their blue buff. They really need that blue buff, which has already been given to Good Guy. So that's a good job there. And Renrin still hasn't burned his teleport just yet. Just farming in the top lane, has now taken about a 15 CS lead over his counterpart Archie.
Right, and iFly here with the early oracles, and that's the one item I would miss so much in the Pie Patch.
Oh, the Pie Patch.
No more all-seeing eye of Sauron.
No more Sauron's eye.
No more Sauron's eye there. And so there you go.
So many movie references today, Chris. Have you been watching a lot of movies lately?
Well, I have been watching quite a bit of movies.
Have you been catching?
I have been catching some fire. Actually.
Catching some fire?
Yeah, yes. Catching some fire indeed. And there we go. Once again, there is the poke coming down from TPA Assassins, and just look like they will be able to take out this mid turret with ease here. Would Good Guy and Renrin know they will decide not to go in for the contest? So just looking at the turret go down in front of their very eyes.
It's very interesting because Infinite has a pretty decent engaged composition coming in. Sona does not have the crescendo up at this point of time. Maybe they were waiting for that cooldown, but the Cataclysm as well as the Frozen Tomb is up from Good Guy. So both Poshka and Good Guy have their ultimates up. Jarvan and Lissandra can go in for the initiation easily. Once iFly's crescendo is up, I do expect them to defend an objective, especially that last inner turret.
That's right. And it does look like TPA Assassins is winning this race against time here, because they know for a fact it's not advisable for them to drag this match over 30 minutes when Opa and Renrin will just be too scary for them to deal with. And because of that, they have been pressing on to their advantage. So at this point of time, 16 minutes in with a good 5,000 goal advantage. And that's a comfortable position for them to be in.
Yeah, something interesting I just realized. All 4 kills, all 4 deaths actually on the side of Infinite has been on Nasus. So everyone else still doing pretty decently in lane. Just that Nasus has kind of been feeding, I guess. But you can't really call it feeding if he's just been freezing the lane.
Well, let's just say, you know, there has been a lot of focus being put on top of him, especially up in this top lane. We've seen, you know, Dinter just visiting him time and time again. And I don't know, man, it's a pretty scary thought for him.
Yeah, it's a pretty scary thought, but he should be happy to stack up those siphoning strikes. Let's see how much stacks he has actually gotten on that Nasus itself. On the
Alright, let's take a look. It's at
198, so not the best stacks, but still that will slowly start to power up on his siphoning strike. So we may be able to see some really powerful kills coming in from Renrin shortly, but at this point of time I doubt so. But whoa, look at this aggressive play coming from the Azubu Taipei Assassins. They are doing a very sneaky Baron.
Right, but you know, in the sense they do have the firepower to do so, and I always like to see, you know, just buy in the jungle, go for this early Baron because of the fact that those denting blows kind of work like the silver bolts coming in from Vayne here. And it does look like, I think Team Infinite might have smelt something here, but at the same time, Taipei Assassins taking one of the earliest Barons in the Garden Premier League. And there we go, the flash coming down from Dinter and the crescendo will come off from iFly, but Dinter will have enough damage to secure that, and the Terrify comes in. Archie will secure the kill onto iFly there, so 2 more kills being secured on the side of Taipei Assassins with the Baron buff as well. Very good job coming in from them.
Yeah, I don't think the action is stopping anytime soon. Morning may decide to go in onto Good Guy and just decides to back off. Doesn't really have the mana to do it, and Dinter will now be trying to stop Renrin in the top lane.
Oh, there we go. Dinter manning on and fighting Renrin under his minions and under the Fury of the Sands as well. Will Renrin actually come up on top? It does look like this brawl is not going to stop anytime soon, as we do see Opa getting picked up in the bottom lane, and Dinter will have to escape from there, or does he? He will still brawl with Renrin up in this top lane. Who will come out on top? Does look like Dinter will have the finishing shots of that. That will be his kill up in the top lane.
Yeah, in that time when Renrin went down, Opa was actually split pushing in bottom lane and just got pincered by both BB as well as Archie. So Azubu TPA are going to be very happy with those kills. Got the Baron buff as well as, I think, 3 kills or 4 kills out of that one.
Precisely, they just built with all this momentum, just, you know, making sure that they push ahead on that one. So having 4 more kills ever since they picked up the Baron buff, and it does look like they will be looking to take out the final inner turret that stands in their way to their victory.
It's going to be very interesting, and I see the item pickups coming in. Whoa, we actually have Archie camping there in the brush. I wonder what he was doing. He's trying to solo them. iFly taking a bunch of damage. Pushka. Whoa, that taunt goes in for iFly. It's taken down extremely low. BB goes in as well, but no kills out of that one just yet.
Alright, was he trying to go for that flash hammering try? I don't know whether that combo is viable. And there we go. Morning will be picked up by Renrin there. So a consolation kill coming in for their end. But at this point of time, it does look like because of that 2 members that was dedicated to kill Morning in the process, he will be able to take out this last inner turret that stands in their way.
Yeah, and Renrin hasn't burned his teleport just yet. Not even used it once, I think.
Well, I think it's mainly because of the fact that he has been pressurized so much up in the top lane. He has no chance to leave the lane at all, because if he leaves the lane, he knows for a fact that Taipei Assassins will be able to make advantage of that. And speaking of which, Dinter will be picking up Opa, and actually the Condemn comes down to Dinter, but that's not going to stop the Assault and Battery. BB picks up another kill for himself.
Yeah, BB very happy to pick up that kill as well. We do see him being 3, 2, and 1. Let's see how many stacks he has on his Mana Mune already. It's 20 minutes in. How many times do we have it up? It's almost completed. I do expect it to be completed in the next 3 or so minutes.
Right, but given the pace this game is going, he might just finish it before it turns into that also fearsome Muramana.
Yeah, I agree. Morning picks up his own blue buff, and he would just continue roaming. It seems that Infinite will need to pressure some turrets. They seem to be going for that outer top turret, and you know, minions just bashing away on it. Renrin as well as Poshcup. Spears being chucked out from the side. Oh, Poshcup taking a bunch of damage.
Right, so it does look like Morning will not be able to stop this push onto it. And there we go, the flag spear combo coming in from Poshka, and it's slam dunk, but Morning just pouncing out of the way, and Archie will pick up the kill onto Poshka there. It does look like it's going to be Team Infinite backing away, but Good Guy once again getting caught out by the taunt, and Terrified will go down to him. Morning picks up the kill for himself, and very quick counter initiation coming in from Taipei Assassins, and they are not stopping. They are going to chase on to Renrin onto this one. Does look like Renrin will have to run as quickly as he can as Dinter comes in with the with the vault breaker there, but slightly interrupted by the Terrifier.
Yeah. So he does juke the vault breaker, but eats a Terrifier in the face instead. So Azubu Taipei Assassins just completely going on the hunt this game. They are not willing to give Infinite any sort of comeback.
But I think that's the right play for them as well, because against a competition like this, you have to just smother them to death as soon as you can. And there we go with that one Javelin, just taking down the health. And there we go, iFly once again being caught out by the Assault and Battery here, and everyone's just melting to the faces of Taipei Assassins here. Good Guy has to move out of the way and taking a Javelin in his face, but he will not go down. Does look like it will open space for Taipei Assassins to take out this top inhibitor.
Yeah, you might be right. We may see the game end before BB can even complete the Muramana. It seems that they will rotate down to the middle inhibitor turret, take the inhibitor as well. And it seems that this game should be ending in the next few minutes.
Right, so much poke damage. And it is not, those tiny tickle pokes as well. It just, every time it hits you, it's just so painful.
Yeah, it's going to be a world of hurt if you get hit. Archie gets withered down, gets hit by both Opa, and the Blade of Ruin King passive does get popped, and the fight will break out very shortly.
There we go with the flag spear combo. Now Poshka way too deep in the enemy lines, but is this the fight that they are looking for? Taipei Assassins is actually going quite low in this one, but they still have a ton of damage on their own end. Opa now taking also low. Does look like iFly will go down as well. That's the double kill for BB. Archie will pick up another kill for himself. And there we go with the final Javelin toss. That's a clean ace for the Taipei Assassins. It does look like they will finish off this game as they slowly take down the Nexus turrets.
Yeah, look at the amount of damage being juggled around on the side of Azubu TPA. They are all with flashing red bars, with red bar, sorry. Morning just actually pops the heal to get him out of that flashing red zone. So it seems that it's going to be a 23-minute game coming in for the Azubu Taipei Assassins. So very good game coming in for the team of the Assassins.
That's right, it's GG, well played for them in today's matchup. And it's a very, one-sided traffic as well, given the sense that, for Team Infinite, they came in with a game plan, but they were unable to just hold on and hang on to themselves, and eventually that, the game just ended way before they could even hit the threshold of the mid and late game.
Yeah,
stage.
not once did they actually kind of pull off their initiation combo. We saw the Sona having the crescendo, we saw Jarvan having the initiation combo from the flag spear as well as the Cataclysm, and we also had the Lysandra come in with the Glacial Path as well as her ultimate, but we never ever saw Team Infinite actually combo it up. They had a game plan coming in, didn't really use it. Nasus didn't really use his teleport as well, but it seems that Azubu Taipei Assassins were just able to get the early goal lead and just close out the game in 23 minutes.